Hi, everyone. I'm Charlene Shirk, and welcome to Digital Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And joining us today in studio is Ian Nyquist with Refine USA. Thanks so much for joining us today, Ian.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so what do you do over there at Refine USA?
Refine USA is a premier manufacturer of aesthetic technologies, primarily for dermatology, cosmetic surgery, and also some aesthetic medicine off the face, so for like stretch marks and stuff like that. But our main philosophy is natural rejuvenation of the skin through various mechanisms of wound healing.
And now in your case, a lot of times, most of our digital efforts are towards the customers, right? Bringing the customers, the clients in. But in your case, it's more of a B2B because these products are more for the dermatologist, those kinds of folks who are the ones who actually implement the procedure. So talk to me a little bit about how you market B2B.
We actually use a lot of the same tactics that as a marketer I would use for consumers. We actually have found a lot of success with Facebook and Instagram with lead generation, where typically those would be seen as more of general consumer and not B2B channels. So I think it's just you have to experiment and see what works for your particular brand.
And speaking of that, where do you spend those dollars? Where do you think those marketing dollars are best spent?
Social media by far at this point, especially Facebook and Instagram, with the ability to micro-target demographics, location, and also if you do it right, you can plug into the artificial intelligence that Facebook and Google have spent billions and billions of dollars on. And so, for instance, with a Facebook Pixel, you're plugging into that AI, and so it'll study your audience and who's visiting your website and gather data and then connect that data and create a mirror audience.
I always think that's the most fascinating thing what we do with digital marketing these days is the analytics and the data and seeing people's buying habits, even their research habits as well. When they're looking, what are they looking, how long are they staying on a page? Talk to me a little bit about what your greatest challenge is, though, in this space.
Capturing not only, I think capturing attention's fairly easy. Holding it is the difficult part, and really engaging with people and having them take time out of their day to engage with your brand and not just scroll by it. I think is really important, and so you almost have to have a showstopper,
Well, you have before and afters. I mean, I can't think of a better showstopper than before wrinkly face, after beautiful face.
Unfortunately, though, you can't advertise. There's restrictions on social media around before and after.
So that's another challenge that you're facing.
Yeah, that's another challenge. And then we are an FDA regulated space, so we can only advertise in the confines that the FDA allows.
So let me ask you this. We always like to ask our guests, in your particular space, things are always changing when it comes to digital marketing, right? The cookies, the privacy issues. What's coming up in your space that you've got your eye on the next couple of years that may impact the way you reach your customer?
I think we're going to see more hybrid sales marketing roles moving forward, where you'll have, for instance, what used to be a sales rep in a territory will be doing more work on social media and actually posting and trying to generate leads that way, and then responding, because I find myself more and more just managing social media, responding to direct messages and stuff like that, and in a sales capacity almost, and a lot of it can be automated, but I think there's going to be I think that's going to be a role that we'll see in our business especially will evolve, because it's those are the people you want to connect. You want your sales reps to connect with those people in the local audience, and I think social media is a great way to do that. So I think we'll see more of that, social media specialist / sales role.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So in the lead generation space, and I think even I look at the Facebook, their dashboards and stuff, and you can kind of tell that's what they're optimizing for.
Well, that was good information for you to share with sales reps out there. You're going to have to wear two hats these days now if you want to be effective in this space. Well, Ian, thank you so much for joining us today on Digital Champions. Lots of interesting stuff we learned from you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlene.
Oh, it is our pleasure. And again, I'm Charlene Chirk, your host for this episode of Digital Champions. And if you want to learn more about what they're doing over there at Refine USA, you can check them out by going to dailyadbrief.com. Well, that's going to do it for us. And we look forward to learning something new with you next time.